How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install Zippy spacers in the cold steel aluminum Archangel. The spacers come in two different variants, flush spacers as well as extensions. The flush spacers are nice because they add a little bit of weight and then they close the latch area. They look nicer, improve the balance. Personally, I find the extensions to be superior for flipping. They add more weight, they have adjustable balance and can hold up to 2 tungsten weights. And because of how skeletonized the aluminum is, you really want that end weight on these handles. So the installation procedure of these handles is the same. So we're going to go ahead and install the safe spacer on this Archangel together. You can see I've already removed the latch. You will need a T6 Torx driver in order to remove the latch. And you would just push those sex bolts out. So what I'm going to do first is take the spacer. Now's the time to pick what weight configuration you want. It's easy to swap and experiment. So to pop a weight in, I'll put a weight there next to this hole. And with a tip of a clicky pen, just pop it in. And you can add up to 2 weights, like so. My preferred balance configuration is with 1 weight. So what I'm gonna do is remove one of these weights. And to do that, you would just take a thin, rigid metal object, in this case, a 2mm Allen key, and pop it out from the bottom of the spacer. All right, so to install the spacer, what you'll do is orient the spacer like so to the handle. This little notch is going to hook into the channel wall there. This is going to be, you're going to encounter some friction when you push it in. And you may find yourself wanting to press it into the surface of a table. That's fine. At this point, we're going to install the indexing pin. Now, the pin might be tricky to get in, or it might go in easily. What I found is that the machining tolerances of the handles vary dramatically. I've got 2 Archangels here, 4 handles. Machining tolerances between each handle is sometimes wildly different. So if you're encountering some trouble installing it, I recommend just flipping the pin itself and then flipping the handles, just seeing, okay, what's the path of least resistance? Of course, everything always goes wrong on camera. Bear with me here. All right, finally I've got it in a little bit. So now I'm gonna push it against the table. Perfect. And now what I'm gonna do is, you might find yours slides in easily. On this handle, it actually slid in with just finger strength, but I can already tell I'm gonna need to use a piece of metal to push it in on this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this, you can use a Torx driver, this is an Allen key, and just firmly but gently push it in until you can see the pin is kind of centered in the handle. So right now, it's pretty much flush with the counterbore on that side and not so much on this side. So what I'm gonna do is keep pushing it in. I really want it to be centered so that the plugs are seated properly. All right, that looks pretty good. Now what I'm gonna do is install the plug. And what I like to do with the plugs is, here, I'm gonna install it like this. See how I've got it angled, the corner to the end of the handle is in. Because the latch holes are D-pivots, the easiest way to install these is in this orientation. And now I'll just push it in from the other side, and we'll repeat that procedure here. All right, I'm angling it in like that, and then I'll push it in. And you can even take your Allen key or Torx driver and just give the plugs a little push. All right. Again, the flush spacers install in the exact same way. The only difference is the flush spacers don't have these two removable tungsten weights. The extensions, as I mentioned before, are much better for flipping. The handles are very light and very short, so that extra length protects the aluminum. It adds end weight, so the balance is not blade biased anymore. And it adds some much needed length to make this easier to manipulate. All right, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys.